Hello friends, myself Ashok Bagda from Dr. Subhash Technical Campus. Today we are going to discuss about gyroscopic effect on naval ship. So let us start. So here we have considered one ship. Okay, this is the rotor of ship. Now let us consider some terminology used in ship. So we consider this is a front end. If we see from this end, so this is if we see from this end, then we use this fore end. This is fore end, or we can say that bow. So we consider this end is a fore end or a bow. This end we consider this end is a rear end, or we can say that aft, or stern end. Okay, so this end we consider stern or a rear end or a aft. This is a fore end and this is a rear end. Now if we see from this end, then the right hand side of this ship is known as a port. So this end we consider this is a port end, and left hand side of the ship is known as a starboard, and this is our rotor. Okay, so this is our ship, and we consider some terminology: fore end or a bow. This one is a rear end or a stern, or we can say that aft. If we see from this end, then the right hand side is known as a port, and left hand side we can say that as a starboard. Okay, now in this lecture we are going to discuss only a steering of gyroscopic effect on a naval ship during steering. So we are going to discuss steering effect on a naval ship. Okay, so let us consider first of all what is a steering. So if we consider this is the axis of rotor. So this is the axis of rotor. Then we can say that this axis is known as a. Okay, now let us see some basic terminology. So now let us consider the top view of the ship. This is the top view. We know that this is a fore end or a bow. This is the rear end, or we can say that stern or a aft. Okay, this is the right hand side view. When we see from this end is a port, and this one is a starboard. Now we know that this is the axis of rotation of rotor, or we can say that this is a longitudinal axis of ship, and this one is a transverse axis of ship. If we see a front view, then again this is a rotor, this is the axis of rotor, that means this is a longitudinal axis, and this one is a transverse axis, and this is our propeller, and this is our left hand side. So first of all let us see what is the steering. What is a steering? So steering is a turning steering. This is our ship. So ship will make a right turn or maybe a left turn. So steering is a turning of a complete ship in a curve towards the left or right direction. So we can say that, suppose if we consider this is our ship, then this is a right turn and this is a left turn. So steering will always perform along this vertical axis, that means along the transverse axis. Precession. Okay. Now second terms we consider is a pitching. So pitching. So This is the pitching is nothing but it is a cyclic. If we see up front view, then the cyclic upward and downward motion. Here we can say that the forend is going to in upward direction, and because of that our rear end will going to in a downward direction. So these things is known as a pitching. So pitching is the cyclic up and down motion of a bow or a stump in vertical plane about the transverse axis. So this is our transverse axis. So this effect is known as a pitching. So pitching is a completely cyclic up and down motion of bow and stump about the transverse axis. Now we see a rolling. So rolling is the cyclic up and down motion of port and starboard. Now if this is our ship, if ship is having cyclic up and down motion in this way about this axis, then it is known as a rolling. So here a rolling is, so we can see the rolling of ship in a left hand side view. So now let us see again, if we consider this is our ship. Okay, now what is the meaning of steering? That means if our ship is turn in this direction or turn in this direction, that means it is a steering. Okay, now if we consider this is our ship, so if our ship will having cyclic up and down motion of bow and stump in this way, so this is a down motion of bow in this way, so this is a pitching. Okay, and these things is known as a rolling. So we can say that rolling is always performed about the longitudinal axis. Okay, pitching is always performed about transverse axis, and steering is always performed about vertical axis, that means is a precessional axis. This is a steering. Okay, I hope you understand the concept of steering, pitching and rolling. Now let us see some case. Now let us consider the first case in which rotor rotates in anti-clockwise direction and ship steers to the right turn. So this is the direction of viewing. So we see from this end, and we see that our rotor is rotating in anti-clockwise direction and our ship is taking right turn. So if we imagine that we are sitting inside the ship, then we can say that our ship will turn in this direction. So our ship is taking right turn. So now first of all let us draw a spin vector. So according to the right hand screw rule, so this is the direction of rotation of rotor. So we curl our fingers in the direction of rotation of rotor. Then the direction of thumb will gives us the direction of spin vector. So this is our spin vector. Now we know that always the axis of precession is at right angle to the direction of spin. So here we draw, so it is a axis of precession. Axis of precession, and we know that our ship is taking right turn. So that means our ship will turn about this axis of precession in this way. So this is the angular velocity of precession. Okay, and we know that our ship is taking, our rotor is rotating in anti-clockwise direction. So this is the angular velocity of rotor, and this is the angular velocity of axis of precession. That means we can say that this is called angular velocity of precession. Okay, now let us see that now we draw the active gyroscopic couple, the vector of active gyroscopic couple and vector of reactive gyroscopic couple. We know that our ship is taking right turn, so that's why we have to turn a spin vector through a 90 degree. Okay, if we rotate the spin vector through a 90 degree, then we get, so this is a active gyroscopic couple, or we can say that this is the vector of active gyroscopic couple, because we have rotate a spin vector through a 90 degree in the direction of rotation, or in the direction of rotation of the ship. Okay, so we have to rotate the spin vector in this direction because our ship is taking turn towards the right direction. And we know that according to the Newton's law, the active gyroscopic couple, the sense of active gyroscopic couple is this one. It is in this direction. Okay, now we know that always reactive gyroscopic couple is in this direction. This is active gyroscopic couple and this is our reactive gyroscopic couple. And we know that in this direction, this is the sense of rotation. Now if we transfer this effect of reactive gyroscopic couple on the ship, then this is the effect of reactive gyroscopic couple in this direction. So we can say that the effect of reactive gyroscopic couple is, we can say this, see from the figure is clear that dip the bow and raise the stern. So this is the effect of reactive gyroscopic couple. So if we transfer this reactive gyroscopic couple on a ship, then we can clearly see that because of this reactive gyroscopic couple, the bow end of ship will dip and stern end of ship will be raised. So we can say that dip the bow and raise the stern end of ship. Now let us consider a second case. So in second case, we know that rotor rotates in anti-clockwise direction. So let us draw, this is the axis of rotor. Okay, and we know that our rotor is rotating in anti-clockwise direction. So if we see from this end, so this is the direction of viewing. So we see from this end and we see that our rotor is rotating in anti-clockwise direction. Okay, with a omega angular speed. And our ship steers to the left. That means our ship is taking left turn. So when we imagine that we are sitting inside the ship, then our ship is taking left turn. So this is a left turn. Now let us first of all draw a spin vector. So according to the right hand screw rule, if we curl the finger in the direction of rotation of rotor, then the direction of thumb will gives us the direction of spin vector. So this is the direction of spin vector. This is a spin vector. Now we know that the axis of precession, now our ship is taking left turn about the vertical axis. So our ship steering means ship is taking turn about the vertical axis. This vertical axis is nothing but it is the axis of precession. So this is our vertical axis. So axis of precession is always at right angle to the axis of spin. So this is our axis of precession. And our ship is taking left turn. So this is the sense. Okay, this is the sense of rotation of ship about the vertical axis, or we can say that axis of spin. Now here our ship is taking left turn, that's why we have to rotate the spin vector in this direction. Then we get the active gyroscopic couple. So if we rotate spin vector through a 90 degree in this direction, that means in anti-clockwise direction, then this is the axis of, we can say that it is an active gyroscopic couple. This is our active gyroscopic couple, and this is the sense of active gyroscopic couple. Okay, now we know that reactive gyroscopic couple is always in opposite direction to the active gyroscopic couple. So this one is our reactive gyroscopic couple. So this is our reactive gyroscopic couple, and this is the sense. Now if we transfer this effect of reactive gyroscopic couple on ship, then we can say that the effect of reactive gyroscopic couple will raise the bow and dip the nose. So the effect will be raise the bow and dip the stern. So this is the effect of reactive gyroscopic couple when rotor rotates in anti-clockwise direction and ship steers to the left. Now let us consider a third case in which rotor rotates in clockwise direction and ship steers to the right. So first of all, so this is the axis of rotor. So this is the axis of rotor, and this is the direction of viewing. We know that this one is a bow or forend. This is a stern or rear end. The right side is known as a port and left side is known as a starboard. Here the third case is rotor rotates in clockwise direction when we see from this end and ship steer to the right. That means if we see from this end, then we see that our rotor is rotating in clockwise direction. Okay, so with omega angular speed, and our ship steers to the right. That means our ship is taking right turn. So when we consider we are sitting inside the ship, then we see that our ship is taking right turn. So this is a right turn of ship. Okay, so first of all again we draw the spin vector. So according to the right hand screw rule, so this is the directions of rotation of rotor in this direction, and the direction of thumb, so this is the direction of thumb, is our spin vector. So this is our spin vector. We know that the axis of precession is always at right angle. So this is our axis of precession. So axis of precession is always right angle to the spin vector, and we know that our ship is taking right turn. Okay, our ship is taking right turn. So that's why this is the angular velocity of precession. Now again our ship is taking right turn, that's why we have to rotate a spin vector through a 90 degree in the direction of angular velocity of precession in this direction. So if we rotate a spin vector in this direction, because our ship is taking right turn, so this will be this vector will be our active gyroscopic couple, and this is the sense of rotation. Now we know that according to the Newton's law, the reactive gyroscopic couple is always in opposite direction to the active gyroscopic couple. So this will be our reactive gyroscopic couple. So this is our reactive gyroscopic couple, and this is the sense. Now if we transfer the effect of reactive gyroscopic couple on ship, then we can clearly see that. So this is the effect of reactive gyroscopic couple. So this is the effect, and we see that because of this reactive gyroscopic couple, the bow end will be raised and stern or we can say that rear end will be deep. So when rotor rotates in clockwise direction, when we are seeing from forend and ship is steering towards the right direction, then the effect of reactive gyroscopic couple will be the bow will be raised and stern will be deep. Now let us see fourth case. So in this case we see that rotor rotates. We assume that rotor rotates in clockwise direction. So let us again draw. So this is the axis of rotor, and this will be a direction of viewing, or we can say that we see from this end. This end is a bow or front end, or forend, and this will be a stern or rear end. This part, when we see from this end, then the right hand side of ship is known as a port, and left hand side of the ship is known as a starboard. Now rotor rotates in clockwise direction when we see from bow end, and ship steers to the left turn. That means when we see from this end, our rotor is rotating in clockwise direction with omega angular speed. That means our rotor is rotating in clockwise direction, and ship steers to the left turn. So when we assume that we are sitting inside the ship, then we see that our ship is taking a left turn. Our ship is taking left turn. So again, we first of all we draw a spin vector. So this is the direction of rotation of rotor according to the right hand screw rule. Curl the finger in the direction of rotation of rotor. Then the direction of thumb is the direction of spin vector. So this is our spin vector. So this will be our spin vector. We know that the axis of precession is always at right angle to the direction of spin. So we first of all let us draw. So this will be a axis of precession. Okay, our ship is taking left turn, so that means this is the angular velocity of precession. Okay, now our ship is taking left turn, so that's why we have to rotate a spin vector through a 90 degree. If we rotate spin vector through a 90 degree in this direction, okay, in this direction, then this will be a active gyroscopic couple. This will be our active gyroscopic couple, and this is the sense. Now we know that according to the Newton's law, the reactive gyroscopic couple is always acting in opposite direction to the reactive gyroscopic couple. So this is our reactive gyroscopic couple. Okay, this is our reactive gyroscopic couple. If we transfer the effect of reactive gyroscopic couple on ship, then we see that this is the effect of, so this is the effect of reactive gyroscopic couple. So if we see the effect, then the effect will be a dip the bow and raise the stern. So in a simple way, we can say that when rotor is rotating in clockwise direction, when we see from the fore end of the ship and ship is taking to turn towards the left direction, then the bow will be deep and stern will be a rise. Okay, so in this way we have seen 4 cases on in which the gyroscopic effect on the naval ship. Okay, so I hope you understand the concept of effective gyroscopic couple, okay, on a naval ship. Thank you.